Hello, gardeners, and welcome to Mid-American Gardener. We're glad that you have joined us, and we're going to talk about all things green and growing and maybe insects and problems. But anyway, we hope mostly nice plant things. Well, I am Diane Nolan, and I teach horticulture at the University of Illinois with the summers off, and my areas would be cut flowers and perennials. But we have really some, I think, highly intelligent looking people here on the set and at this table. So let's find out who they are and what their expertise, and we're going to do some show and tell and emails. So Ella Maxwell, let's start with you.
Well, I work at a nursery up in Peoria. I'm also a master gardener, and I had a question from Lorraine about hydrangeas, when to prune and what to prune. She has a row of 6 of the big leaf macrophylla type hydrangeas. One of the varieties that she has is called Ninko Blue, and it's a hydrangea that she understands blooms on old wood, but she has not been getting blooms, and she had a recommendation to use some organic Hollytone fertilizer. It's just made her plants lush, but she's wondering what she should do and what she's doing wrong. Well, Lorraine, the first thing is that there are some new and better reblooming type hydrangeas, the big leaf ones, and a lot of people want to know what does that mean on blooming on old wood or new wood, so I brought a sample. Unfortunately, the flowers wilted on the drive down, but you can see that there's this long stem here, and then this spring, these are the buds that have come out, and on the terminals we have a flower. So the stems have to overwinter to give you that first flush of flowers. So if you want to improve your chance for flowering, you're going to need to maybe mulch the stems over the winter. You can put chicken wire and some leaves there. If however, the new stems on your plant, the top dies back and they're just coming from the base, that means that that stem on these older Ninko Blue varieties will not bloom, and all of your enjoyment is lost. So maybe systematically remove some of the plants for these newer reblooming or remontant type hydrangeas. A nice one is Endless Summer. They've even made an improvement on that. There's a new one called Bloomstruck. Those are some of the large mop heads, but there's reblooming lace caps. They're all beautiful and would be a wonderful addition to your garden.
That was very good showing where it actually comes out. That showed it very well. All right, thank you, Ella. And now let's go to you next, Mike Brunk.
Mike Brunk, okay. I'm the Urbana City Arborist, and I have a question tonight from Christine and Vic Cox about their tricolor beech. And they say, our tricolor beech tree appears to be struggling. Our neighbors lost their 25-year-old beech last year, and we are concerned ours may be next. Well, tricolor beeches take a little extra care. They like well-drained soil that's rich and acidic. They do not like wet feet, so certainly be careful about your downspouts or pointing water in their direction. The other thing that's typical with the tricolor beeches is they do scorch in the heat of the sun. They really like dappled shade in the afternoon, and it may be that reason behind your neighbor's tree dying was that there was its shade was lost. Maybe there was a tree recently removed or something like that. And Ellen was just saying tonight that they recommend on younger tricolor beeches to treat them with wilt-proof. So I think that's an excellent idea. It's small enough that you can spray it with wilt-proof to protect it through the heat of the summer, and that's when they start to kind of look puny. So if you can give it some dappled shade, that's great. Otherwise, think about the wilt-proof and keep the feet dry, and good luck.
They certainly are pretty.
They're beautiful
trees, but
yeah.
I do like the copper leaf and I do like the purple leaf ones, but those are very pretty as well. Good information. Thank you, Mike. All right, next to me is Dr. Jennifer Nelson.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Nelson. I've got a question from a viewer about houseplants, about specifically an orchid with scale. And she she threw it in the trash, but she wants to reuse the decorative basket. It's made of some kind of straw or raffia, and it's pretty intricate. She wants to know how to clean it. She doesn't want to dunk it in anything because she's afraid of ruining it, and wants to know if she puts it in the freezer, will that kill the insects that might be hiding? And I have to say, she gets a gold star for putting the plant in the trash, because too often we try to save things and they get so infested they end up spreading to our other plants. So good for you for having the courage to do that, and good for you for realizing that when you have a bad infestation, you can have it get into the basket or the shelf or other plants nearby, but acknowledging that. And this took a lot of sleuthing. Scale insects, the eggs scale itself is hard to kill, and the eggs can survive a lot of different treatments. That's part of why insects are so persistent. I did find information that freezing may not kill all the eggs. So then I started thinking heat, and I did find some information that putting it in an oven at 180 to 200 degrees for about 30 minutes should be enough to kill anything on it. And I would caution you to make sure it's not touching the heat element. You don't want to have a fire in your effort to save the basket. So that's what I would suggest to her.
That basket's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Information.
Right after that.
Yeah, you may not want to cook a pizza right after, but
I don't know about that either. So, well, that is
Interesting.
good. I didn't realize it makes sense about freezing. So, okay. Thank you for those emails, everyone. And we have a few phone lines filled up, but we can use some more. But let's go first to Rick's question on line 2 about clematis. Hi, Rick.
How you guys this evening?
Doing great.
Right.
What is your question?
Well, my dad's got a clematis plant at his house. Been there for like 20 years. I'm wanting to see about transplanting that to my house. Does it need full sun? How deep a hole do I dig? How big a hole? Do I cut it down before I transplant it, or what's the best technique here?
Rick, when does it bloom, and what color are the flowers?
It's blooming right now, and they're purple.
Okay, so it's probably Jackmanii.
Yep, I think so. And we would say that you would want to not do it now. Would you think spring, early
really
spring?
early.
I think probably so.
Yeah, I would
Before it
think as
leaves
early
out.
as you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
before it leaves out.
Wait till next spring, then.
Yes, next spring.
Okay, should I cut it down and then dig it up, or?
Yes, you can cut it down. That way
Yeah.
you won't have to take all of that and it'll just sprout out. And the easiest ones to transplant are the sweet autumn, the fall blooming ones. And you know, you find those at the plant sales.
So he'd want to make a fairly good,
Yeah.
it'd be like a small tree almost.
Especially 20
the
years
root ball.
old.
The
Root
the
ball.
roots of the clematis are kind of going to look like octopus. They send out like, and they don't have a lot of root hairs, but you'll do just fine if you wait and do it early in the spring before they leaf out, and that would be sometime in early April or late March. Don't you think?
It's going to be on the west side of my house. From 1 to 5 o'clock, it's going to be pretty much full sun.
Well,
There'll be too much sun.
that's fine. It likes to have cool roots, though, so you would maybe want to put some flagstone or something around the base of the plant to kind of keep it cool, have it mulched. Don't you think,
Yeah,
the west
or
side?
sometimes even planting some perennials around the base that would provide some shade to the roots. That's
Lily
one
of-
way to do it.
Well, it may be too shady or too sunny for Lily of the Valley, but you know,
Yeah.
I think that grows anywhere.
might work well.
But try not to see the roots when you transplant it. You know, try to
Right.
get a big enough soil ball around it that you're not seeing too many of the roots, and then it will not even know it's transplanted. We
There you
hope.
go.
You may want, if it's dry, you may want to moisten the soil too a couple days before, so the root ball holds together and doesn't break up when you move it from location. And you asked about how deep. Try to get it at the level that it's at. So don't put it any deeper if you can help it, and try to keep it at the level that it's used to growing
It's
at.
a lot like transplanting a shrub.
Yeah.
Really, it's not woody, but it's a long-lived plant. So we all chimed in. We all enjoyed that question about clematis. Thank you very much, Rick. We hope that helped. Now let's go to Eleanor's question on line 4, and she has sounds an interesting question about weeding. So Eleanor, let us know what
Hi.
it is.
Hi,
there.
I'm an environmental activist, and I went out to my weedy yard, which was totally out of control, and my husband and I decided we wanted to get it ready for a garden or for trees. And I got poison ivy all over me. And so I was looking for some safe for the environment ways to kill weeds. And I was getting some that I didn't think were so safe, which was Roundup and then something with Garland. I went to Prairie Rivers, and they suggested there are some things that kill weeds, like dish soap, vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, and then for these darn mulberry trees that are a big problem, digging them up and then putting rock salt on the root and putting newspaper over it.
You,
And
Yeah.
if you could do some more depth research on this, I would really be happy.
Well, first off, rock salt,
No, no.
terrible
no.
idea.
yeah, it
But
would destroy the soil.
Yeah,
and
so
and
nothing
we're
can
going to
grow
talk
there.
about that when I talk about weeds in gravel for round 2.
But let's chat a little bit about it now. If you're going to be digging up digging them up and then covering it, covering and mulch. I call cover smother. That is my favorite way to get things ready. You just cover it up beforehand and mulch it down, and it will kill off everything without any kind of chemicals. Didn't they have a vinegar product out with a clove scent that they were using? I don't
Yeah,
know how.
there are different environmental products out there. Dr. Earth has a line of weed control products, and again, they're using some of those different things. But like Diane said, smothering it, if you're actually physically removing the weeds, hoeing and things. And like in my garden, I put down black plastic first early in the season, and then come back and then I use straw and newspaper underneath the straw.
And if you're going to pull weeds, wait till after a good rain. They come out much easier. And they do make a sapling puller that works quite well. It has leverage to it.
Oh, good.
And it grabs a little sapling, and mulberry suckers and things like that come right out of the ground
And earlier rather than later.
rather than later, yeah.
I also
maple.
heard that if you had a young mulberry and you don't want to use some of the herbicides, the strong herbicides, you can cut it off, and then you take like a soup can, and then you just tap it over the stem down, and it can't resprout.
Why?
It just covers it up, and it won't come back up. It can't come up.
Well, another trick that farmers
But then you have a
use.
soup can, but if you can mulch it,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
mulch
can hide the
around
soup
it.
can. As long,
Well, it's environmentally
and it would not be there forever. You would
Right.
have
That's
it.
right. It's going to rust away.
I couldn't resist. Put a sculpture on top of the soup can or some kind of.
Just paint the soup can, as a
Andy
posy.
Warhol, yeah.
Soup can
There you go.
posies.
Well, I heard her mention poison ivy, and I just
Oh yeah, we
wanna,
do have to talk about that.
want to
separately.
mention whatever you do, don't burn it. I had a gentleman come in several years ago to my office toting a oxygen tank, and he had decided to burn it, and he said I was standing upwind from it and I thought I was safe, but then the wind shifted, so don't ever mess with that. He spent several weeks in the ICU over that.
They do have preventative creams that you can put on, and there's also a preventative, well, actually not a preventative soap, but a soap called Tecnu, Tecnu, that washes the poison ivy oil off up to 6 hours after you got into it.
There's another
So-
one called Zanfel that I've had good luck with too, that
Yeah, I've
just
heard of
breaks
that
that
one.
bond.
So they've caught up, technology's caught up, and there are products out there that are over the shelf that you can use.
And poison ivy is not as easy to cover smother.
No.
It'll just run for miles underneath anything and come up through. So, if you are going to pull it, have everything covered and preventative and keep on it.
And remember that it'll stay on your gloves, so whatever's been touching it, that oil will stay for years on
My
there.
gloves are cleaned almost every 2 days. I end up having to pull them off without touching them, and the long sleeves I wear, and I just throw them into the washer without touching them. because I'd have poison ivy every week of the year. I had it just for a month in May. So I'm better now. Well, we enjoyed that question. So yes, just keep finding, looking for environmental waste. There's a lot out there, and there's probably entire blogs and websites about it too. All right, now we're going to go to Bob's question, and he's on line 3, and it's about potatoes. Hi, Bob.
Hi, enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I've got some red potatoes I planted on Good Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and they look like they're ready to dig. But when do you dig them? After the plants have died out?
Do you want little ones or do you want the bigger ones?
I want the bigger ones.
Okay.
But after the vines start dying, will they continue to grow bigger?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
But if you get little ones, you can sneak them out from the side and they'll continue. But otherwise,
Right.
you'll just be patient.
But if they have died, then you might as well harvest your potatoes now and enjoy new potatoes, small red potatoes, with green beans or something, and be yummy.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Make me hungry.
So anyway, normally you'll see them die off, and that's when you get out there and go. Because the potatoes staying too long will actually rot or not then be found so easily and sprout the next year. I only have one that did that, but that's not too bad. Okay, well, thank you for your question about potatoes. Now let's go to Connie's question on line 5, and she has a question about moles. Hi there, Connie.
Hello. About a month ago, I put in my garden area what's called a mole chaser. It got a stick about 18 inches long, probably, and then it's solar powered. And what it does is it emits a sound every 30 seconds, and the moles and boils are all gone. It got rid of them. But Monday, I was hoeing in the garden, and I did not find one earthworm or a grub, nothing. So, would that get rid of my earthworms?
I am
I
not
would
familiar.
think so.
I don't know.
Would you? Do you think?
Well, when you walk across a green, if you're a fisherman, you go out searching for earthworms in a golf course after a rain, you walk across the putting green, that's where they all are. They hear you. And
They go down?
Yep, with
Oh,
footsteps.
well.
So there
So
you
it
go.
could.
It could be.
But again, you don't have to have earthworms in your
Or failure,
soil
maybe.
all the time. So you could take that out now and see who comes back,
That's
Right.
true.
But
But normally you do find earthworms, so I'm curious
well,
about
it
that.
could be dry.
Well,
We've had some dry.
That's true. And
but
hot,
I have
right.
it in a mulched
Yeah.
area and I always find them, but it's moist there. So if
Yeah.
it's too dry, if they've heard you and can get away, but I would remove that mole chaser. I'm just not familiar with it, so
Yeah, I haven't
very
heard
interesting.
of that before.
Well, Connie, now we're fascinated by that. So thank you for your question. Now we're going to go to Linda's question on line 6, and she has a question about hollyhocks. Hi, Linda.
Hi. I have a hollyhock bush, and each year it kind of, moves to another part of the garden.
Yes.
But every year the leaves wilt up on them. They get brown spots on them, and then they just wilt up. And this year I noticed that where those brown spots were, it left a hole. So I didn't know if that was, like a scale or a bug or something. What made, all my leaves to always just shrivel up and die.
Sounds like hollyhock rust to me.
I was going to say hollyhocks get quite a few things.
Yes.
They do. They could have a weevil that's feeding,
They have leaf miner,
Yeah.
but the rust sounds like, or the weevil would make the holes. They just get a lot of things, and so what I try to do is put something in front of them so I see more of the flowers and less
Sure.
the leaves. But the best ones I've had were this year, and they self-sowed in partial shade. And I've always had them in full sun, and they self-sowed in a spot I never would have put them. And it's the best they've looked. So I had friends look and said, they're not supposed to grow there. I said, I know, but they look great this year. So I don't know. It's maybe stress.
Right.
too wet,
Sure.
too dry this year, and then all those leaf problems come in. So I say just keep trying, but I do try to cover up the leaves. Remember we had those old phlox that would get the mildew, and that used to be how we said to landscape with them. Now we have good phlox with good, but you may want to cover your hollyhock leaves. So anything else you can think of? Because they get a lot of leaf disease.
Do some good cleanup in the fall. Make sure you remove all the leaves from the area so that if it is something like rust, you don't have a source to cause a problem next year.
Okay, very good. Well, I was going to go to our panelists, but I want to get one more question because Ruth on line 2 has a possibility about killing poison ivy. Let's go to you, Ruth, on line 2.
Hello?
Yes, what is your question or comment?
The way I kill poison ivy,
Yes.
pour boiling water on the stems, and then hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
hearing
fascinated. Just keep going.
Wrap the stems in plastic and dig it out by the roots with more boiling water on the roots.
Interesting. Because I try to have everything covered and pull it out, but that would really, you just wouldn't want to touch anything.
No.
But so boiling water, environmentally friendly, not to the poison ivy, but to everything else. And then you pull it and get it on the roots. Wow, Ruth.
Lots of work, I think.
But if
If it works.
it
Right.
works. So wow, we thank you for that. I'm making a note of this because I have it. You try to get rid of it, but birds seem to really like to plant things like that. So thank you very much for that comment. I appreciate it. All right, now let's go to you, Ella.
Well, I have a viewer that had a question about how to keep weeds out of gravel driveways. And this is when you have to decide if you're going to use some type of herbicide. And there are non-selective herbicides that would kill the green parts, that's like Roundup, but they have no soil residuals. So what you can buy is products that are in combination with Roundup to kill the first green ones that you see, but they'll also have something like triclopyr in it that will give you the extended control. Some of these products can stay in the soil for up to a year, so you need to be very careful and know where you're going to plant this so that you would not create a negative soil environment for good plants.
Okay.
Just read the label, you'll find the right product.
All right, thank you. And now Mike.
Okay, we have Mary here sent a letter in, and she wants to know what the problem is with her tree. And from the picture that I'm seeing here, it looks like this is a hollow that's left from a limb that's been cut off, or maybe a limb that fell off in a storm. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of holding wood left for the two limbs that are behind it. So there's not a lot you can do about this. This is just common decay. The wound is so large that the tree can't really heal over very well or at all, and that hollow will continue down into the trunk of the tree. So depending on what's behind this tree, or what the target area is what we call it in the profession, and what it may fall on will depend on whether you want to remove it or not, because it doesn't look like it has long to live, and it's just a matter of time before it falls apart.
Okay, very good. And now on to you, Jennifer.
Okay, we've got time for a quick houseplant ID. Amanda sent in a picture of a houseplant that she wants to know what it is. It has some curvy U-shaped stems. It grows really fast and appears to be a succulent. It looks to me like it's probably a kalanchoe, which you'd be more familiar with. It's sold with flowers on it. And it looks like it's probably one that she's had a while. So it's good that she's kept it growing this long. Once we get into longer days, 12 hours plus, you may see some new flowers on it.
Could she pinch it back and have it not be so
Yeah, I would.
leggy? Because it's kind of doing I wonder if it needs more sun too. It looks like it's,
it looks like it may be a little starved for that.
those little guys could go outside too, couldn't they?
Yeah, for now, yeah. I wouldn't put it in the direct sun. It'd probably burn up.
Right.
But a north
I was going to say, holy moly, it's a Kalancholy.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
what if it's a Kalancho?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
We have to bring out the, and Kalinkwili, I never say it, Kalinkwili? I've never said it that way, but I think there's 3 pronunciation.
Okay.
So whichever one you like the most, that's what you should use. Well, thank you, folks. This was very educational, and we like that our viewers also engage in some questions and answers as well. So we thank you, viewers. I want to also thank all of the folks on the set because they're really doing a great job today. And so if you have questions, you can send them to us in multiple ways, and you'll see at the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you have a good week gardening. See you next time. Bye-bye.